Literasi Culture Management of Elementary School in Indonesia. Hello, I'm Olga Johanna and this is my presentation. This journal, written by Sri Marmoa, Jenny Indrastuti, Siti Purwanti and Suharno, published on Helion Journal. The main context from this journal is to analyze the implementation of literacy culture management applied in elementary schools in Indonesia. This research implies that management literacy culture implementation in Boyolali, Indonesia can be a good reference and guidelines for schools that will adopt a literacy culture program that needs intensive efforts to improve literacy culture in schools. There are two variables in this journal. The first one is literacy culture management. The importance of management literacy culture in schools becomes the public spotlight. This is because literacy can provide provisions for children to get used in reading, writing, appreciating, responding, and having awareness about the positive or negative impacts of using modern information technology. The second one is elementary school students. Primary education students need special attention so that they like literacy and aware of the importance of literacy for themselves, so that they will get used to cultivate literacy programs in the future. The grand theory from this journal is literacy cultures, and the middle theory is school management system in elementary school. To the next one, material and methods. This research is a mixed study. Mixed method research involves the collection of quantitative and qualitative data in one study. The mixed method was chosen because this research expects to obtain information from the implementation of literacy culture management in elementary schools. The subject of this research are the principals, teachers, and students in public elementary school Simo, Boyolali, Central Java, Indonesia. This research decided on the participants because they are executors of the implementation of literacy culture programs at school. The study used a purposive sampling technique. By applying purposive sampling techniques, research applied in Boyolali area as the population of this study with a focus on elementary schools. Data collection techniques. Data were collected through several techniques, including interviews, documentation, and questionnaires. Data validity techniques. During data collections, this research checked the validity of the data. The instrument was validated based on three things, namely content, construct, and empirical validation. Content validity is intended to determine whether the contents of a measuring instrument are representative or not. Content validity is an opinion, either your own opinion or others' opinion. Data analysis techniques. There are two kinds of data analysis in this research: quantitative analysis and qualitative analysis. The results. The findings of their study were gained through a series of steps. To find out the management of literacy culture, the researcher tested each management principle to see how well it was applied. The steps are planning, organizing, implementing, and controlling. Planning made by the principals. The principals' planning was started by analyzing the internal and external school's environment factors. This statement focuses on the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats sourced from the two factors, internals and externals environment analysis becomes a starting point for the school to analyze the purpose of literacy culture program. Organizing. In addition to the results of planning, this research also leads to the organizational aspects. Actuating. In the management of literacy culture, the step that will determine the success of the program lies in the implementation aspect. Controlling. Controlling is an action of ensuring that school programs are implemented. The main goal of controlling is to keep all processes run smoothly at the planning, acting, and organizing stages. It is researched the implementation of literacy culture works well. All the stakeholders at school are getting used to be with the programs planned before. Generally, this research has produced findings that are aligned with the aim of this study. In conclusion, overall, this research demonstrates that all aspects in literacy culture management, such as planning, organizing, acting, and controlling programs evaluated in this study, have been implemented following good management practices. This finding represents a good leadership quality of elementary schools in the area of Simo, Boyolali, Central Java, Indonesia. In suggestion, future studies could identify topics of a smaller scope. It is better to limit the subject area such as only 2 schools, so the researchers will reduce the data easier. Second, follow-up studies could broaden data corpus analyzed to identify or measure literacy culture management of school. Third, qualitative descriptive approaches are less capable of in-depth data analysis. Therefore, the future researchers can use the case study approach to collect abundant and detailed data from the research findings. Fourth, the researchers suggest conducting the research topic about literacy culture in secondary school or university. Therefore, the future research can use a case study on an institution to have a true study. In implication, this research gives theoretical and practical implications. The theoretical implications is the implementation of management of literacy culture that consists of 4 stages: planning, organizing, actuating, and controlling. While the practical implication in this research is that this research can be suggestions for the teachers and principals to improve the management of literacy culture existed. So, that's all. Thank you. So if you have any question, you can contact me. Bye bye.